In this video, you will learn what insurance really is and how building a cash pay practice can help you put your private practice on autopilot. Hi, my name is Liz. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so that you can get notifications of new content. So what is insurance? In layman's terms, insurance helps cover a portion of the patient's medical cost. How much their insurance pays and how much they're responsible for through copays, deductibles, co-insurance depends on their specific plan. Each plan has its own rules and guidelines that we follow to ensure accurate billing and coverage for the services we provide. Insurance is a very controversial topic in healthcare. So let's learn about it and why it can actually inhibit your medical practice, and why so many clinics are stepping away from the insurance model and building direct primary care or cash-based practices. If you're a provider, you know all too well that insurance is the one that dictates how you take care of your patients. If a patient needs an off-label medicine, often insurance won't pay for it. If your patient has a rare disease and you're in uncharted territory, insurance often won't cover for the testing and the things that you need to treat that patient. If a medication has become controversial, like back in the COVID days, when ivermectin and some of the other medications were controversial, your medical insurance won't cover that medication. And you may not even be able to get it through the pharmacy just due to regulations and the way that the regulatory bodies work. I could go on, and honestly, we would probably be here for days going through the different scenarios. But the reality is, insurance is the one practicing medicine in these instances and treating your patient, even though you're the one to see them, assess them, know them, and treat them. I personally find that incredibly unethical. So I am a chronic pain patient and have been for 25 years. And with the rare disease diagnosis that I have on top of that, I have come up against almost every single one of the scenarios that we just covered. My doctor, who is a seasoned, experienced, well-respected doctor in his field and within his medical community and system, has run up against that, where we want to try a treatment, but my insurance won't cover it. And of course, as the patient, that's incredibly frustrating because all you want is to feel well. And probably 2/3 of the treatments that I'm on are non-conventional, more in the natural realm. And again, insurance doesn't cover that. So what are your options as a provider if you don't want insurance dictating the way that you care for your patient? And if you don't want insurance being the one to allow or disallow things? Well, you can quit and curl up in a ball and stop helping people. And I totally get that that is super tempting because it's hard. Medicine is hard, no matter whether you're a doctor, a nurse, an aide, a physician's assistant, a nurse practitioner. It's hard. It's hard to care for people, and it's really hard to, to help them. That can be mentally and physically exhausting. So you can do that. You can curl up, give up, and go into another field. Or you can take back your power as the provider, the physician, the nurse, and you can build yourself a cash pay private practice. Or a lot of clinics are now going to a direct primary care model, which is kind of like a membership model where the patient pays a specific amount of money to the private practice, and then a lot of their cost, almost all of their costs are covered. And often the membership cost is actually lower than what the patient would be paying if they were paying for an insurance premium. So honestly, it works out really well for both parties. Now, one thing that so many providers don't consider is all of the administrative work that goes along with accepting insurance. You usually have to have at least one administrative professional, and often that's all that they do. They're on the phone all day talking to the insurance agency to get prior authorizations for both treatments and medications. They are in the office doing billing work, trying to get the bills paid, because once you go see the doctor, they then have to submit that bill to insurance, and then the insurance doctors get to look over it and say, oh yes, we'll cover this, oh no, we won't cover this. And then when they do cover it, a lot of times it's a 60-40 or an 80-20 rule, and the patient still has to pay a portion of that bill. The sheer number of hours that all of this takes is astronomical. And if you've ever had to deal with insurance agencies even a little bit, I have a feeling you know what I'm talking about. So, if you are truly looking to make it easier to provide for your patients, lessen the administrative load, and systemize your practice, declining insurance is a big part of that answer. Now, stay tuned to my channel because we're going to be talking a lot about cash pay private practices and how they can help you put your private practice on autopilot. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, at Curate Systems, we help you document it, delegate it, and get it done so that you can minimize risk and maximize productivity. Thanks.